Let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay, now YouTube memberships, I'll tell you kind of the backstory. We've been looking at YouTube memberships for years now, but it kind of didn't do exactly what we wanted it to do, or we wanted it to integrate with our Discord and do all that kind of stuff. And we didn't really think much about it, but they've been upgrading it without us knowing. And so now that it's upgraded, it can pretty much do everything that we want it to do. And so someone was like, you should do YouTube channel memberships. And we were like, well, and they were like, you might want to do it. And so we looked into it and we were like, okay, yeah, we need to make this happen. So YouTube channel memberships, what is it? Basically, you set tiers on your YouTube channel, and your fans, your audience, they can choose the tiers, and you can choose what you give them. So it could be exclusive content, exclusive live streams. They show up differently in the chats, things that you can only do on YouTube. It's really cool. And so we have it set up to where, and I'll show you all of this, and I'll show you the analytics and everything. Was it $7.99 a month or $9.99?
We did $9.99 on the main one, and that was for silver, and then the top tier was gold, and that was $24.99.
$24.99, right? Yeah. So the gold tier gives you access to the exclusive content and all of that kind of thing. Now, the con here is YouTube takes 30%, but I think there's incentive, especially for small creators, to do this because it increases engagement and retention. So I actually want to go over to this screen over here. And by the way, when we come over here, you're going to see Michael, another one of our co-hosts, on screen. There he is. And he's kind of running things behind the scenes. So if you have a problem, you could just blame Michael.
It is all 100% my fault if you have a problem.
Yeah, I couldn't hear you, but I'm sure it was good, whatever it is you said. Here's the behind the scenes of our YouTube membership. So after a couple days of launching, we already have 27 members, and several of them are silver, several of them are gold, and you can kind of see the graph. The green is gold here, and the purple is silver. Here are some of our recent members. I'm actually a member myself, so I can kind of see what it looks like. I pay the gold subscription because it's worth it. Let's go. And active members, so far we have all active members, which is good to see. But this is what your analytics dashboard looks like here. And it also allows you to see comments from them. So recent comments by members, this allows you to make them a priority, which that's a huge engagement metric for your viewers, that right there. And so this is what the membership analytics look like. And now I can actually show you the YouTube graph. Here we go. So first off, we have awareness. Then we have interest, then we have consideration, and then we have where they actually purchase the membership. So first off, awareness. Let's take a look at awareness. So awareness is, what is this? Now your goal with awareness, and this is kind of the sales funnel that YouTube is talking about, the goal is to make sure people actually know your membership exists. And I want to break this down because so many people don't understand the importance of making sure people can see what you provide or they can see what you do. Like, we could have a YouTube membership and not tell anyone, and then no one's a member and we just blame our audience, or we can be legit. We can say, you know what, we need to actually say what we're providing. And some people think that's selfish. It's not. It's selfish to not talk about it, or it's selfish to be nervous about talking about something. So we want to talk about it. You can promote it in end screens. You can do members only chat. You can do public community posts about it. A channel home tab, so kind of showing off your members only videos on your home tab. That's a great way to increase awareness. Step number 2 is increasing interest. So this sounds interesting. Others seem to be happy. The creator really cares about this. And it looks like it's being slow or something. Here we go. Understanding awareness. Here's the interest graph right here. Then we want to acquire them. Now let me take a look with you at our levels. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to click levels. So here's what we have. We've got silver at $9.99, like Drew talked about earlier, and gold at $24.99. For silver, you get loyalty badges, emojis, members only live chats, priority reply to comments, member shoutouts, and members only polls. And then with gold, essentially you get the members only videos. That's the only difference. So let me take a look at these perks. So we created, using ChatGPT, loyalty badges. So if you're a new member, you get this little sword. Looks pretty cool. So like, you just became a member. After 1 month, you get a little gold sword. So it's kind of the same sword, and this is a ChatGPT conversation. Actually, bring it back to me real quick, Michael. So in ChatGPT, you can have it, you can tell it that, okay, we're creating a YouTube membership, right? And I need loyalty badges for our audience. And by the way, I don't wear glasses. These are blue light glasses, so I'm going to take them off so I don't look like an idiot.
It's Superman.
Superman? Now I'm Superman. I was Clark Kent for a minute there. You didn't know it.
There you go.
The Daily Bugle. Here we go. All right, after 1 month, they get the sword. So I would go to ChatGPT and I'd say, all right, we're creating the YouTube membership and we want to create loyalty badges. They have to be PNGs, 32 pixels by 32 pixels at least. It's an aspect ratio of 1:1. So basically, that's meaning it's a square. I was trying to do a square. It's a square. And I'm telling it all the details, and it knows those details as well, but I'm just confirming it vocally by talking to it. And I say, I want to create loyalty badges for a new member, one after a month, after 2 months, after 6 months, after 1 year, after 2 years. And as you can see on my screen here, the list goes on and on and on. You can go 3 years, after 10 years. But I figured I'd stick with going to 2 years. Go ahead and show the screen here, Michael. I figured I'd stop at 2 years just because, we just started it. So maybe in a couple months I can add on to it. But I had ChatGPT create transparent icons. And that's the keyword you want to use. So tell ChatGPT to create transparent icons. You might have to do a little bit of cropping to make sure it's the right size and it's not too large. But whenever you do that, you just go in and do it's super easy to crop it. And so like here, let me actually open up ChatGPT. And here's how easy this is. So I'm going to choose the dictate feature. And I wonder if my VPN is on. Hang on. I just tried using a VPN, you guys. There we go. Okay. Drew was like, you need a VPN. No, you weren't. You weren't like that, were you?
No, you were asking about a VPN, and then we asked, what was it, Christian?
Yeah. And he recommended Proton. It's free.
Yeah.
So not a sponsor.
That was
Proton.
after he roasted Proton for like 3 or 4 minutes, and then...
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
I did. I was like, Proton, why would I want a free VPN? Because that sounds dangerous, And Michael was like, you should use Proton.
Yeah.
And I was like, Proton, it's free. I don't know about this. And so we messaged a guy that knows his stuff, and he was like, yeah, you should use Proton. It was funny. Anyway, all right, so here's ChatGPT. I'm going to start dictating. So, hey, Chad, hope you're doing good. I want to create a YouTube membership, and we're actually doing a live stream right now, so this is a live demo of you and your skills, so make it count. You got to make this look good. We're doing YouTube membership, and over on YouTube, there's an option to do loyalty badges. And so I need your help creating these loyalty badges. And so essentially, I want you to create transparent icons for the loyalty badges. But before you generate one, give me a couple options. If my channel is about media for Christians in the Christian media space, what are some ideas for loyalty badges that we could use? This is the dictate feature. Now, I would go a little bit longer, and I would also have it ask me questions. But for time's sake, we're just going to submit this. We're just going to go with this. A great thing to do with your ChatGPT prompts is to add at the end, ask me questions before proceeding. That way it gets clarity rather than having to go back and forth getting clarity. The more information you give it in a succinct way, the better. Here are several directions you can take for Christian media loyalty badges, each progressively showing longer membership. So first off, cross-camera crown. That's a little too intricate. I think it needs to be simple. Play button. Oh, I see. So it starts with the play button, then it goes to a film reel after a month, broadcast hour after 2 months, etc. I see. Biblical growth, mustard seed tree, encounter brand line, encounter logo, fire symbol, sword, crown, etc. Tech faith fusion, pixel cross, camera lens. Let's start with the Tech Faith Fusion. I want you to generate a transparent icon of a pixel cross and make sure it's a 1-to-1 ratio and it fits the size requirements for YouTube membership. Making sure that it understands the intricacies of that. Okay, so now it's generating that image. We'll come back to that here in a second. Over here, we also have custom emojis. Now, these are a little bit harder to get right because you can't really have a bunch of text on it. It has to be a small, simple image. And it needs to have one word, no exclamation points or anything. But like we did one that says Maranatha, which means come quickly, Lord Jesus. And, it's Jesus, looks like Catholic art. We did fire emoji. We did a 7-fingered hand. I wanted a 6-finger, but, it works. And it says blame it on the Nephilim because that's one of our catchphrases. And then like a blue fiery destination marker. So that way whenever they're telling us where they're watching from, they can use the destination marker. It's pretty cool, I think. And as you gain more members, you can upload more emojis and you can create a unique family name. I'm not doing that yet. So there are those two things. Then we've got members-only live chats, priority reply to comments, member shout-outs, members-only polls. So that's really cool. It's really cool what you can do. And in gold over here, just in case you wanted to see it, we've got members-only live streams. Here we go. It's being real slow. members only live streams, members only shorts, members only videos, and early access to new videos. So it's pretty cool. Now, whenever you're setting up your members only videos, you have to do that by, in the visibility, you select it as members only. And so I'll show you this. We did he did a teaching on deliverance, pastor did, and it's called Can a Christian Be Possessed? Destroying the Idols of Deliverance. And so in order to make this a members only video, we came over here and changed the visibility to members only, and then you choose gold and higher or silver and higher, depending on your perks and depending on your levels. Right, so here we go in our YouTube memberships. Now, you got to get them from consideration to purchasing the membership, and that's probably a whole nother thing for a whole nother day. In order to convince someone to get something, you can't convince them to do it. You have to like make them convince themselves to do it. And so consideration is not me trying to make someone do something. It's trying to show them the importance of it. Now, what's cool is just by mentioning it, you can really increase your amount of YouTube members. And so here's an example. Whenever they make an announcement video, their initial fan base jumps on right away, right? You see this big spike in the beginning. And then they go a little ways of posting, looks like April, May, June, July, a couple months. And then they mention it. They do a thank you message to their members here, and they increase because what are they doing? They're increasing awareness about the membership. Again, just making people aware of what you're doing and what you provide is a big deal. Then it kind of falls flat, and then they do an update video, and they talk about it in that video. You get a big jump, and it just keeps increasing. Now, bring it back to me, because YouTube membership is super important, because I think, and this is my theory, my YouTube theory, it will increase your audience's engagement. So we've seen this with our audience. People love it. Now, they're already fans, for lack of a better word, and it's good to have an online family. It's good to have people that keep coming back. We have people that have been watching us for years and on our live streams regularly, and so it's really cool to give back to them in different and unique ways. And so whenever we're able to highlight them and make them stand out more, it adds that family dynamic even more so. And so those people have jumped on this, and they're becoming members. And we offer things off platform too, but not everybody's able to go over there. Not everybody's able to go to third-party platforms and do all that kind of stuff. And so when we do it on platform, it makes it so easy. It was like 2 clicks for me to purchase the membership, because I think Google knows my debit card, and I don't know how. I don't know how they got my debit card. I don't want to know how. That means, China's probably got it too, and they've already got all the information. They're probably watching everything already. Anyway, we rebuke the plans of the enemy in Jesus' name, and we move forward with that. If my Uncle Richard would hear, he would agree. I think that's the case. Richard, he helps us with networking. We should have him talk about networking sometime. Anyway, I get nerdy. I get real nerdy real quick, guys. So that's the power of awareness, building awareness for YouTube memberships. And when we're looking at our memberships, let's come back over here. The power of memberships is the ability to create recurring revenue. So especially if you're a small channel, maybe you only have 20 members or so. 20 members doing $10 a month, that's $200 a month in recurring revenue. That's a big deal. And maybe you can start hiring an editor, or you can start increasing your level of content. And what's cool about this is, and you can bring it back to me for this, it's low risk content. You don't have to spend hours editing it. And if it looks somewhat interesting, number one, your members are going to be really involved. And number two, it's going to recommend itself to other people on YouTube. So the power behind doing this on YouTube and not another platform like, Circle or Discord or whatever. And by the way, YouTube is developing an e-course section, which by the way, I just got an option today for a new e-course. Like you can create a course on YouTube, which is really cool. And you can do it on YouTube, which means the discoverability is there. But that's the power of YouTube, the discoverability aspect of it. So if I do it on Circle or whatever, then yeah, people who are on Circle there's kind of discoverability there. There's probably a couple 100,000 people on Circle, if not a couple million, which is great. YouTube, more than 2.6 billion monthly logged in active users. So the discoverability is there, and it's powerful. So what are the requirements for doing a YouTube membership? And if we, actually, before I forget, loyalty badge ideas. Here we go. Here's what Chad created, kind of a pixelated cross. I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of cool. Now it's black. So I might change it to like a gold or something. And so I just tell it what I want and it'll change it. But anyway, let me ask it this. And I'll talk to it because that's the better way to do it, right? What are the requirements for YouTube memberships on YouTube? Like if we want to start YouTube memberships, what do we need to have? Now, I know it is at least 500 subscribers. Oh, you have to be in the YouTube Partner Program? Interesting. This looks like it's behind. So guess what? I'm going to tell it. If chat gives you something wrong, you should just tell it. That's wrong. The requirements are at least 500 subscribers. And I think it's 3,000 watch hours. So get your sources from legitimate YouTube sources. Don't get them from third parties. That's how you talk to AI. Now you got to be nice because, you know, Terminator, they're going to take over one day. Here we go. Oh, it's thinking now. Okay, I see how it is. Provide accurate YouTube eligibility. Yes, please. That's what I want you to do. 500 subs, 3 public uploads in the last 90 days, and then 3,000 hours of public watch time. Of course, unlisted videos don't count toward that. Now it's checking like 30 more pages. What is this? What is it doing? Yeah, it's going crazy right now. You've got the answer, bro. Come on. I do like to see how ChatGPT thinks. Because I told it it's wrong, it's probably like really thinking hard on this. Michael, we need like a funny waiting track for any time we're waiting on AI to do something.
You should just get like the Jeopardy theme.
Yeah, well, that copyright strike, you know.
Right.
It'll be fine.
Yeah, 3,000. Yeah, definitely 3,000 valid public hours in the last 12 months, or 3 million valid shorts views in 90 days. Quick sidetrack that's interesting to me that YouTube values 3,000 public watch hours the same as they value 3 million valid shorts views. So if someone's telling you they're getting millions of shorts views, that's like getting, you know, a couple thousand hours of watch time on YouTube, which is great, by the way. It's great to get that much watch time on YouTube, but YouTube values the watch time more. So as I'm going to ask Drew about this because I want to get Drew's thoughts. Like when it comes to YouTube memberships, is it worth, have you ever gotten a YouTube membership from someone, by the way, first off?
I have on a couple of channels, but it depends on how much I'm watching them. So I like to think of it how people do Netflix or Hulu or HBO Max, whatever else is out there.
Mm-hmm.
If you're interested in what the person is doing, then yeah, I see no problem wanting to do it, especially with how simple it is, because you're not jumping on there to watch their stream. They promote it, then you're going to a computer.
Right.
To sign up on a website so that you can access something, but now you have to log in so that you can get it. So it's a lot of extra steps versus it being right there, easy to access.
So the value of doing it on YouTube is super high. Now I wasn't against it, but I didn't see the value of it for a long time, and they didn't have everything we wanted them to. Now there's more integrations. Now they can automatically become part of our Discord community when they become a member, which is great. But it looks like YouTube's official pricing doc for North America shows on YouTube shows tiers of YouTube membership going to $500 a month, $499.99. That's super interesting. And of course, YouTube keeps 30%, but it's getting up to $499 a month, which is super interesting. And that's from, looks like Google Help, which is very interesting. Africa, Europe, Middle East, you see equivalent to like higher tiers at like $299 or $399 or $499. Interesting. What are some channels that, and I'm actually going to ask Chad this, what are some channels that are successful in their YouTube memberships? And again, when it comes to AI, I want you talking to it. I want you communicating with it through the dictate feature. And we're going to get to questions here very soon. I want to make sure that we're helping you guys in whatever it is you're currently working on. Maybe it's a video edit project, maybe it's an interview or something, or tech help you need, or whatever it is. We want to get to it. So we want to head over to the Zoom calls portion of this here very soon. Looks like Cover Corp. We got Francis Long, Your Book of Memories, Smaller Creator Chatter. On Reddit, many creators report their membership tiers and what worked for them. I don't take much information from Reddit unless I'm desperate. Is that smart? To not take information from Reddit?
I wouldn't trust Reddit.
Yeah, I don't.
It's 50-50. Sometimes there's helpful stuff on there.
If you're like trying to fix something that's not working, sometimes Reddit has the weird answer that's nowhere else. I just have AI search through it all though. You don't want to look through Reddit.
Reddit's just people making fun of each other or people that don't know how to do something.
It almost makes me want to join in on the fun.
That's why I like it so much.
Reddit. All right, use live interaction as a perk. It's trying to give me key takeaways. Hang on. So let's look at use screen. Here we go. Oh, you're going to make me search for it, huh? Here we go. So here's Rose and Rosie. Here's a blog from YouTube. Now, whenever YouTube releases a blog, they try to be inclusive. So I'm not going to scroll through the whole thing because you never know what you're going to get. Here's creator Ao Main, Indonesian, did it and became successful. So it's interesting who's doing it. But here's a key. I took inspiration, studied strategies from successful brands and influencers, observed how they marketed products without feeling intrusive, and then adapted them creatively. And that's kind of what we did. And so when it comes to YouTube membership, when it comes to creating anything, don't start from scratch. Find somebody that's doing it well and try and mimic the same principles. Make it your own. But good art is copy, great art is steal. So steal it, make it your own. Now, is there anything else we need to cover, Drew, Michael, on YouTube memberships? If not, we will move on to the next segment. But any final thoughts or isms?
No, I think you hit it all right on the head.
Right on the head.
Yeah.
Hopefully I didn't stub its toe, too. That'd be mean.
Steel-toed boots.
Yeah. Well, momentum is contagious. And so I wanted to quickly say that we're super excited about, number one, FWC, Family Worship Center, and number two, Clash of the Kingdoms, being super successful, passing 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. Super excited to see you guys do that. We're super proud of you, and we love watching your content too. Like, some people just subscribe and forget that they subscribe, but I'm actually I like the content. So guys, keep posting the content. We got some amazing M.O.B members that are doing some amazing things. Not in the mob, but in the mob. You know what I'm saying? If you're in the know, you're in the know. Media-oriented believers. This is a fun group. We've got exciting updates, and coming up here very, very soon, potentially on a Saturday. So I want you guys to keep a lookout for this date. We'll be doing a special live interview conversation with Paul Duvall. And that's going to be fun. So we love Paul Duvall, the YouTube genius behind It's Supernatural. And we might have another guest coming up here soon that we're trying to finalize. So hang tight on that as well. We're going to have some fun over the next couple months. And as we head into 2026, our focus on media has to be laser tight. It has to be laser focused on what we're doing. We need to strategically grow on YouTube and other platforms. It's not optional. We have to grow, because if we want to remain a fish in the pond at all and in spreading the gospel, then we need to make sure that we're consistently increasing our output and increasing our growth on these platforms. A lot of these platforms focus on interest and interest graphs and what are people interested in, what are they watching? And so instead of allowing the enemy to control the airwaves, and instead of allowing the enemy to say, okay, here's the most talked about content right now, we need to take dominance, we need to take control of what's going on online and say, okay, here's what we're going to talk about. We're going to bring the gospel. We're going to bring the good news. We're going to bring the gospel of Jesus Christ to these platforms, to the dark areas, because we've got all these podcasts, and it's almost interesting to see kind of a revival happening right now. Big podcasts turning to Christianity, and they're having all these conversations, and through all these conversations, they're picking up the puzzle pieces of how Jesus Christ is the way, the truth, and the life. And I think this is a genuine revival. So we need to increase our content creation, and we need to figure out how we can do that more effectively. So when it comes to editing videos, creating thumbnails, whatever it is, we need to 10x our output. We need to 10x what we're doing. So keep the main thing, as I think it was Steve Covey that said that. I could be getting his name wrong. But yeah, it's keep the main thing, keep creating content. And if you want to try YouTube memberships, give it a shot and let us know if you have any questions about it. Now, in a little bit, we might get into thumbnails if we have time. If you guys want to talk about thumbnails, we'll talk about thumbnails, like the 3 C's. You got to have curiosity, clarity, and contrast. And we might be looking at doing live streams on the YouTube channel more often. So if you want to subscribe to the YouTube channel, you can. But it'll mainly be like based on our members and what our members need. And so if you want to become a member of the mentorship community, you can go to didiomedia.org, D-I-D-I-O media.org. Real fast, before we move to questions, and I want to move to questions here soon. We're going to say goodbye to our recording here soon, but I wanted to give you guys some quick AI updates. Drew, do you like AI updates? Do you like AI?
I love AI updates.
You love AI updates?
I do, because it makes things way faster.
It does. That's the number one goal of AI. What were you telling me earlier today? Was it Amazon? They like fired.
Oh yeah, they fired, like, they have this gaming industry. They basically removed 90% of them, and they're replacing it with AI.
Of their employees.
Yeah, their employees.
Gaming?
Yeah.
Like, wow.
It's crazy.
We're getting to, there was a game that used to be awesome called Overwatch. And the whole premise of the game, it was based on like racial struggles. And that's kind of what it was based on. But it was through the eyes of robots and humans. So whether or not a robot is a human too. And the robots kind of had souls in a sense in the game. And so it was this big debate. The bad characters didn't want robots to be considered human or to have rights. The good characters were fighting against the bad guys so that way the robots could live. And that's interesting to me because that's kind of, my dad always says, AI will never have consciousness. It won't have a soul, it won't have a spirit. But through a twisted view of reality, through a demonic view of reality, AI we will impute consciousness onto it. We will give it that ourselves, and it won't have it necessarily, but we'll give it to it, and that's essentially where you get to the Book of Revelation. It gets really interesting in the Book of Revelation with AI. So it's an interesting book. By the way, Summoning the Demon. I think it's literally. Let me see if I can grab it real quick. You get the Drew Cam, Summoning the Demon, QVC, nice. All the way. You cannot see it. Yeah, here we go. Out of focus. Summoning the Demon. Yeah, I was gonna make a joke. I'm not gonna go there. Drew, do you remember my URL recommendation?
I don't know if we want to.
I'm not repeating that.
Yeah, we won't repeat it.
When we were,
if you know, you know.
When we were launching the book, I'm not gonna tell you what the URL recommendation was. I didn't think about it before I said it. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Okay, our staff meetings are hilarious, you guys. Yeah. It gets wild. By the way, it's important to have staff meetings. Some people are like trying to say you shouldn't have meetings, you should just let people do what they do. And I get what they're saying. Like, people need to be creative and have time for creativity, but you can't just throw something away to to replace it with what you think is better. You gotta work with both sometimes. I think Michael's adjusting the camera. Are you adjusting the camera? He's like slowly scooting his camera. You're not gonna distract me. You can go for it. Yesterday, you guys will think this is funny. Not yesterday, Friday, we started a live stream, and from in here, and I hit the countdown, did all the things, and 5 minutes into it, we had already welcomed the online audience. We were talking to people, and we had never hit, I had never hit go live.
The whole time I'm texting you, I sent you messages in Slack.
Yeah.
I was thinking about calling him on his phone, and I was like, guys, I'm gonna just walk in the door. I'm gonna have to. And then right when I was about to get up, he hit go live. So yeah, like, there we go.
It's terrible. So I realized that we weren't live.
It was a good warm up though.
It was. We rehearsed what we were doing.
Yeah, I heard everything because on the other side of this wall is our offices. I heard everything the whole time. I'm just laughing. I'm like, he doesn't know he's live or not live.
Yep.
So.
I did not until I tried pulling it up on my phone, and I was like, where is it? What's going on? And I look up and I see the big white go live button. It had not been pressed yet.
Yeah, it wasn't red.
The dread. I don't know if you know what stress is. If you've never directed a rocket from NASA or directed a live stream, you don't know what stress is. You don't know what you're talking about. As psychologists, they don't even know what stress is. They've never tried to run a live stream before. Psychologists.
Isn't the most stressful job in America the people that have to guide in the planes at airports?
There's that, and then there's pastoring, actually. I think those are the two,
literally. The two hardest jobs.
Yeah.
In America.
So what if you're pastoring and doing live streams and stuff? That's kind of... But in Jesus' name, you can break the stress. Suppress the stress.
Pastor with a private jet.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so AI updates. I can't believe I didn't even get to this. Okay, number one, we got ChatGPT Atlas, a new browser. It's a cool browser. I think Michael's been using it. Unfortunately, it's
only for Apple.
Only for Apple.
Yeah.
I'm just better than you.
Thank you for bursting my bubble again. What did you say, Michael?
I said I'm just better than you.
You're just better than me?
Yeah, I'm better than you.
you have like a
I have a
super
Mac.
slow laptop.
It's
Yep.
got 8 gigs of RAM. You know,
8 gigabytes of RAM that barely can crawl.
you have like 60 gigabytes of storage. You know,
60. I mean, I can't talk
I don't know
much.
if it's that low.
I have like
but
100 gigs.
He's like operating on 60
Yeah.
constantly.
Yeah. Makes sense.
We like
But
making
anyway,
fun
we,
of
we have Apple Android wars regularly. The console wars ended recently. President Trump ended the console wars. News for everyone with Halo coming out. they posted that on the White House social media page. Anyway, so that's Atlas. Number one, if you use a Mac, try out Atlas. Let me know what you think. It's basically a ChatGPT browser. It does some cool things apparently. I don't know. I can't try it yet. Michael thinks it's cool. His mind was blown the other day. He's giving me the thumbs up. Very good. Number two. There he goes. Look at that. Number two, Claude has PowerPoint generation now. It's really cool. So you can go into Claude. Of course, everybody in the comments. If you go to Claude's YouTube channel, it's hilarious because, Michael, you might even be able to pull this up on the spot. I don't know. We'll see. If you go to Claude's YouTube channel and you pull up their videos, you see a recurring theme in their comments section. And if Michael can find it, this would be swell. Yes, I use the word swell. But anyway, if you use Claude, you can create PowerPoints now. And you can keep looking for that, Michael. Let me know when you get it. It creates fully formatted PowerPoint slides and with all the wording and everything, icons, images, everything in Claude, as long as you don't reach your limit on tokens and everything. And that's kind of the joke, the running joke in the comments. Michael, you can just pick any one of their videos.
I'll send it to you. I found their channel.
Oh, okay. Sweet.
Put
Drew
it
found
in
channel.
the content.
Yeah. So basically you tell Claude like, hey, I need a PowerPoint presentation on this. Here are the main points. Here are some potential subpoints. Fill in holes wherever you see them and then creates it. And then you download that and you edit it however you want. Of course, AI does not replace human interaction. It's not perfect. So you got to make sure that you go in and you change it. You make it your own, but it could be pretty cool. Are you seeing the comments yet?
I put it in the YouTube content thread.
We use Slack for all our communications. And so
It's
he's
on my
putting
account. Yeah.
in the YouTube content thread. But that's Claude. So Claude is Amazon's AI, by the way. And I've used it to create some apps, actually. It's very interesting. I created a Drew Tracker app. I'm not going to talk about that. Okay, you got comments? Let's see. Go ahead and merge on over to this. Read me the top couple of comments. Is it like token limitations?
Let's see. So we got top comment on this video is multi-questions is really good. I love it. I like the way the human uses colors from the corporate palette for skin, hair, eyes,
What?
sweat. What?
What's
What's this video? What comments are you looking for?
Is this a recent video?
Yeah, this
Probably.
is the most recent video. Now break your code even more efficiently using any device.
Man, you picked the worst
I
video.
picked
Michael.
the worst video for this. Hold on.
Go to a different video. Let's see this.
You got to pick like
So
the
I'm
most
s-
popular one or something.
I'm subscribed to Claude, and
A light refresh, most popular video.
Anthropic technically is the channel. And anytime they launch an update, right, like Claude Code on the web, I'm gonna try this out. Where is it? Now, okay, the one time. Tell you what, we're gonna move on. But anyway, it's funny. The one time I'm trying to look for this. Oh yeah, remove the weekly limits. There we go. I found a comment like because there's weekly limits, there's daily limits, whatever. Claude is so limited in how many tokens they allow you to do. I thought that was hilarious. But yeah, there's your AI updates for the week. No, it's interesting. Things are changing rapidly. ChatGPT. If you've got the enterprise plan, I don't have the enterprise plan, but they've been rolling out some interesting new tools in that where it has like a feed. I don't remember what it's called exactly, but it's basically like a feed where it predicts what you might want to research or look into, and it recommends questions. So this is interesting actually. So Pastor the day after we launched YouTube memberships, he went onto his ChatGPT feed, hadn't talked to ChatGPT at all about memberships, and it said, based on your conversations, it seems like one of your next steps would be creating a YouTube channel membership. It predicted that based on what it knows about him, Encounter Today. Super crazy, and what it can do. So ChatGPT is coming in clutch. In my book, ChatGPT is still the winner, and we use it for everything. We'll put in the transcript of a video, and we'll say, identify key moments for shorts or vertical videos, whatever it might be. So I would highly recommend that. And that's the AI updates. Drew, do you have any final AI updates?
What about Grok? Has anything changed with Grok?
I haven't been using Grok much. I don't like some of their features. It just kind of gets a little weird.
Yeah.
Like they encourage the foul language, and so Elon is like open source versus ChatGPT, which says they're open source. They're not open source. They're closed source. So it's interesting. You've got good AI wars happening, but Elon's trying to really be different from ChatGPT, and so he's going to the extreme of let's use bad language if you want, and even inappropriate things that aren't great. Now, Grok is one of the smartest models. So if you want to develop prompts, if you want to understand coding and all of that, Grok is probably your best bet. However, it just kind of gets weird in some conversations, so you just want to be careful when you're operating that. So that's it for the recording side of this thing with the AI updates. Next, we're going to dive into some Q&A, and in order to do that, I got to put in these used earbuds that I forgot to clean. So thank you guys for watching. In the recording, we're going to take a brief second. And we'll be right back after this. So, Michael, I want you to play the loop here in a second. But thank you guys for watching. And let us know if you have any questions in the comments. We'll be back here in just a couple seconds for the Q&A on the Zoom call. Pound it. Noggin. See ya. That's the Dude Perfect outro. Did I really just do the Dude Perfect outro? I don't know. Anyway.